Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So I wanted to take a couple of minutes to commend black athletes and other athletes for taking a stand against President Trump. So you have 6 members of the New England Patriots who have decided they're going to boycott a meeting with Trump. They're not going to attend the traditional meeting with the president. Usually after the Super Bowl, the winning team meets with the president of the United States. So these athletes, 6 of them, I think it's like 5 of them who are African American, and there's 1 athlete from the Patriots who decided not to attend that meeting. And then also you have Golden State Warrior Steph Curry, who decided to make a bold statement. So Steph Curry is sponsored, I guess one of his sponsors is Under Armour. He has a sponsorship deal with them, where he advertises with them, from what I understand. And the CEO from Under Armour basically said that Donald Trump is pro-business, so that's going to be an asset to the country. He said something to that effect. And so the press asked Steph Curry what his thoughts were about that statement. What did he think about Trump being an asset to the country? And Steph Curry said, well, I agree if you take off the ET from the word asset. So he's basically saying that Trump is an ass. And I just want to commend these athletes for making statements through their actions and through their words, because Donald Trump represents the worst of America. He represents bigotry. He represents intolerance. He represents hatred against Muslims, hatred against immigrants. He represents sexism, racism, xenophobia. He represents the worst. And, I'm just glad that these brothers took a stand. They made a statement. And we just need more like this. We need more people like Colin Kaepernick. And I think that because of his example, because of his bold protest against police brutality, more athletes have become more involved, in terms of making political statements, in terms of their symbolism, in terms of protest and all that kind of stuff, because of his example. And I just hope that more of these athletes begin to use their public platform to voice their opposition to a lot of these things that are going on. In the tradition of somebody like a Muhammad Ali, that brother spoke out against war and racism and imperialism. And I just hope that these athletes begin to reach that point, because their voices are heard. When one of these prominent athletes from one of these major teams makes a statement, the world stops and listens. So I think that they can have a huge impact. They can affect things. They can make a difference. And they need to use their voice to do so. And in addition to these small acts of protest, what they can do is finance organizations that are actually engaged in activism, organizations that are fighting against police brutality, organizations that are fighting against racism and discrimination. They need to put their money where their mouth is and support those organizations. And they also need to support candidates who are running for office. If they want to change the policies in Washington, they need to help change the makeup of Congress. So those are just some of my thoughts. And I also wanted to let you all know that hopefully this weekend I'll be able to do a video about the debate between W.E.B. Du Bois and Marcus Garvey. I look forward to doing that because it's a worthwhile discussion. It's something that's relevant even today. So look out for that. But tell me what you think about this whole issue of athletes making statements. I know that these statements are really small on the big scale of things, but I think that it's a step forward. I think it's a step in the right direction. And I just hope more athletes get engaged and are concerned about things that go on in the community. So those are my thoughts. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.